What is good? Welcome back. Oh, he flexing a ring that he already got before in his previous.
So don't worry. Yeah, we bring that good vibes, good energy, bro, for this little talk. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, welcome back. My name is Daniel.
My name is Chris.
I'm Ethan.
And we got our boy Luke back.
I'm Luke.
Sure.
What's good?
I know it's been rough getting you on here, Luke, because I know your schedule, our schedules be a little bit different 24/7. And I'm glad that we were able to bring you on for the last episode of Fantasy Football, the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Bro, I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped that I'm on it, and I can actually kind of talk a little bit more to it, if you know what I'm saying. So that's nice and everything. But yeah, man, it's like we were talking about before this started. It's been a crazy year. I can't even figure out my schedules anymore. I don't know what days I don't know what days are anymore. Like Monday through Fridays. That's just that's gone. That's way gone. But man, we keep grinding. We keep doing it.
Word. So Luke. How you feeling about your team coming into the Super Bowl matchup, bro?
Oh man, well, bro, I've been riding high with my boys. My squad has been
the Titan squad that you've been rocking with.
I've been souped about my squad, bro. Titans were riding high, bro. Listen. So it's funny because the Titans were my secondary team behind the Giants before this season. And it's really only because Mariota. So now, I mean, they're kind of just still my secondary team because I just was like, all right, well, Marcus is going to go die on the Raiders. Surprisingly, that didn't happen, and the guy looked like an absolute stud the other night, and I got to see the Ducks Bowl, which was like a dream come true. I got to see two of my favorite Oregon Ducks quarterbacks just duel it out, and I was like, a single teardrop was just down my face the whole time. But I mean, dude, I'll tell you right now, I'm not feeling as comfortable as you probably are, Dan, because my guys are going up against their hardest matchups of the year. So I was looking at it the other day and I'm like, I wouldn't expect Dan to be this favorited. And then I'm looking at your team and who you're playing and I'm like, all right, never mind. I understand why that is.
Yeah, Travis Kelce against the Falcons. That's probably the best matchup I have out of everybody.
I mean, dude, Watson against Cincy, Le'Veon Bell versus Atlanta, Chris Carson against LA is probably your hardest one. Diggs versus New England, Allen Robinson versus Jacksonville, Kelce versus Atlanta, Julio versus Kansas City is Julio might not even play.
I'll probably put in Kenya Drake anyways, who's going against the 49ers.
And then Cardinals defense against the 49ers and Butker. So I mean, you're comfortable. Me, on the other hand, as I go into my next little thing, I mean, Bucks against Detroit, I just picked up Bucks defense. I'm more comfortable with them compared to, I think I had
the Raiders.
I had the Rams.
I think it was the Raiders defense.
Or Raiders. All right, the Raiders, and the Raiders are playing the
Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah. So as much as I was okay, that might be a good matchup, dude, I can't figure that Dolphins team out. Because Tua is just oh, I'm the best. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna throw for any touchdowns this game.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna just rush for
mind. Dude, I mean, if I was a Dolphins fan, I would be content right now. But a small part of me would also be I do kind of wish we took Herbert because the kid is nice. And look at what he's doing with. Again, the Chargers have a good offense. They have good guys for him to throw to. But, I mean, dude, Tua has one game where he throws 3 and then one game where he doesn't throw at all. He maybe runs one in or whatever. And Herbert's only had, the one bad game against New England. Besides that, kid's been lights out.
Yeah, that kid's been disgusting.
And, I mean, he deserves – I said he was Offensive Rookie of the Year even before – I'm sorry, Ethan, this is going to hurt your feelings – before Burrow got hurt. That's not taking away from Burrow's success because I think they're both going to be studs in the NFL. I would really love to see those two as the modern day Drew Brees and, I don't even know, I guess Phillip Rivers, if that's how we want to compare it. But I would love to see those guys in 10, 15, 20 years with our kids being I watch those guys throwing touchdowns every year with no teeth in your mouth, But I mean, dude, it's Koo has been a great pickup for Atlanta. I mean, the guy loves getting points. I mean, he is a points machine. Gets points more than some of my guys. Chubb against the Jets, I like. Gesicki against Vegas is okay. He's questionable right now. And again, I mean, bro,
it depends on Tua in that game too to make it worse.
When I tell you that, like, thankfully, like, I had the Titans and they played real well last week against Eddie because I benched. Do I have Tanyan? I benched Tanyan. Of course, he put up mad points. Or no, I played him. Gesicki is the one. Dude, Gesicki can't make his mind up if he loves playing football or hates playing football.
I feel like that's every tight end week in and week out. That isn't Travis Kelce. That isn't Darren Waller. Yeah.
Hunter Henry. I'm in the championship for my girlfriend's league too. And Hunter Henry, I benched him. I benched Hunter Henry, Josh Jacobs, and another guy just because Jacobs was questionable. Hunter Henry's been super inconsistent. And then I don't even remember who the other one was. And the three of them put up like 57 points. I was like, but luckily, old-time Brady turned back the hands of time and just said, absolutely not, and won that league. But McLaren versus Carolina is okay. Carolina's D is kind of poop. And then we get to the Titans. Besides Jonathan Taylor, who is against Pittsburgh, which will be a very hard feat for him unless, again, he's just got to get red zone touches because he's not going to be able to get 125 yards on the ground, in my opinion.
Especially with that committee of like 6 people on that team.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like Naheem Hines, like shout out to you. Like he completely derailed my one other league, like just because he decided to like not do anything. And then the next week I benched him and then benched him again because he was questionable. And those 2 weeks he put up like 60 points between the two. I was like, sick. Good job, dude. But yeah, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, and Tannehill, all going up against Green Bay. I think this is a very important game for the Titans because they really do have to prove that, like, they're a competitor in this division and, like, they can play with the best, which, like, again, Green Bay is. Green Bay's defense is good. I don't think it's great. So, like, I think Henry will do okay, but Tannehill is where I'm concerned. You know, I mean, like, again, A.J. Brown was giving me a minor heart attack last game because, again, it's either him or Davis, and Davis got that first touchdown, and I was like, yep, Davis is going to be his only target this week. That's how it is. But, I mean, dude, we'll see. Tannehill's had a really good year, and, I mean, like, I hope he can still ride it out, and if not, kudos to you, Dan. You know?
So, Chris and Ethan, outside looking in after everything Luke has mentioned, who's your favorites right now? I want to hear Chris's because I love when Chris has to give me some credit.
All right. I got to give Dan his credit now. You know what I'm saying? Like Luke said, though, it's all because of the matchups. The matchups you have are completely favored. So it'd be you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of your loss if you lost this. It'd be all on you. So make sure you start the right players. But I like Dan's team. I like Dan's team in this matchup. What you think, E?
I'm going to turn the other way. I'm going to say if the Titans play really well and score at like 40 to 50 points, which is Tannehill, A.J. Brown, and Derrick Henry, then this would be a very close game.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear, that all three of them go off together, and it's not just Derrick Henry's going to go off this game, and Tannehill's kind of just going to throw for one, and A.J. Brown's just going to get straight, like, yards of receptions. Like, I feel like it could either be what I just said or A.J. Brown gets 2 touchdowns, Tannehill has 2 touchdown passes to A.J. Brown, and Derrick Henry rushes for 2, and I'm going to be like, word, there goes my chances.
Exactly.
I'm really convinced, I'm not going to lie, that the final score of that game is probably going to be like 17-7, and it's going to go in, like, it would be the perfect thing if it was like 17-7, and let's say the Packers win, because Rodgers is going to be like pissed off again and be like, why are we not scoring more points? Like that's like the Aaron Rodgers thing to do. He's like, they win the game, they don't score enough, and he's like, I can't believe we didn't score more. And it's like, you won the game. Like, I understand that, but, like, you know, get over it, you know? But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of you, Dan, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this league, like, this year just went from like, oh, we're starting it off, make sure to cash app Chris, And then here's where we are now. And, bro, I was convinced that Dan was riding right next to Jay that whole year. And then
I did start 0-5, and out of nowhere,
Oh.
I turned the dial on, and I'm like 9-1 in my last 10.
Dude, charged up, bro. That's what it is, man. You straight up said, nah, dude. Like, I'm not going out like Jay is. You know what I'm saying? at Jay, come at me, bro. How about them Pats, baby?
Oh, man.
Or Ethan, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, and Ethan had I thought when Ethan made all those trades, I thought it was the wrap, man. I thought he was coming from ninth to first real quick. But I guess, you know what I'm saying? No. Just giving up Dalvin Cook, it wasn't worth it, right?
We're going to take out next year, don't worry. We'll come back.
I got you.
So talking about next year, I want to get Luke's opinion on a couple of changes that we're thinking about doing for next year. So what we're thinking about doing for next year is the wide receiver quarterback. Like if you score a touchdown, it's the same quarterback wide receiver duo. You get like an extra point or so. Would you be down for that?
Yeah, I like that. I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty solid point basis for it. How do you are you guys gonna just do completely like same rules, no keepers?
Oh,
like that?
we might do keeper.
We might. That's what I was saying too. Do you guys want to do the dynasty league where everybody keeps? We've only got like 2 votes for it. So
are you talking complete dynasty or keeper where like everything from 3 down or 4 down or whatever it might be?
I think it would be complete dynasty NFL.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're thinking of doing it next year.
Next year, though. Like that. Yeah. Like that you start from the beginning next year.
Because we saw Ethan's team, we saw John's team. We said, nah, that's not happening. Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey on the same team is not, we're not like that.
So coming from my point of view, I'm in for that because I love my squad and I will roll with these guys, but I don't want the Titans for 5 more years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with them now, but nah, I've played this. This will be, if we do it, this will be like my 4th dynasty league. I personally like dynasty better, and it's not like, again, I'm in way too many leagues this year, and I've already said next year I am really kind of condensing it and figuring out which leagues I like want to be in more, and like this will be one. And you know, I have my old dynasty league that like you guys remember me talking about at Champs all the time. Sadly enough, that league does not exist anymore due to some issues and stuff. But I ventured off and like recreated it with people that did want to be involved. But dude, I love dynasty because you become the manager. Like you become the person that like values these people. Like, dude, in that dynasty league before it died, in the this season that draft just happened, next draft and the following draft, I had 7 first-rounders and 5 second-rounders.
Oh my God.
So like I was just like not doing well, but I was just like, don't come in last, try to win. And every year I surprisingly made the playoffs. I don't know how, but I surprisingly made the playoffs. And I would get a first-rounder from someone that was worse than me. So I had a higher pick that was not mine, and then another pick. And every year it was just, I was like, okay, great. Like I'll get a guy. Like, dude, I traded Odell. I traded Odell and Josh Allen, and I missed Josh Allen so much when I traded him. But I traded the 2 of them for like 3 firsts, 3 seconds, like 2 thirds, like just like completely just like overhauling my team. So I was like, and the Odell part of it worked out great because I was like,
he's been
sadly
off
enough,
the field crazy.
I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, sadly enough, again, I wanted him back. I was all open to like the reunion of getting him back in Giants, and then he started talking about the team again, and it's like, bro, you're gone. You're gone. Like, come on. But yeah, I would definitely be down for dynasty. I think you gotta just talk to those people and make sure whoever joins it is in.
Yeah.
And then, so something I tried to do with that league that they kind of never were in about, because like we had some people that were invested, and then we had some people that weren't invested. But something I suggest is like allocate the money when you get the beginning of the season. So like say it's, $100, right? Yeah. Make the league buy in $100 for the winner, and every year make it $115 for you to buy into the league. And that $15 for everybody use that money to, first off, buy your team a trophy. So, like, buy a trophy that the winner gets to keep for the entire year. And then these things, like I said, I'm trying to channel that good energy, Dan. These things are like, these are like 10
I wanted
bucks.
to get. That was my plan during like week 5 or 6 was to collect an extra like $5 or $6
Yeah.
just to get a trophy, like a bigger trophy. Because those run like $60 or $70, but we definitely are gonna have to do that for next year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the trophy is such a cool idea too, especially like if you can get it sooner. All of next year, the trophy will stand with the person that wins this league.
Yeah.
And then what I like to do is with that a little bit of extra money too, buy one of these rings so that even when like next year, like rematch between me and Dan takes it this year, I take it next year. When Dan gives me the trophy, he still has a ring to like remember him winning. It's kind of like the Lombardi if it was getting passed around, or it's the Stanley Cup, how it goes to the next person. So I like that too, just because it's that much more funny. Like you can look at it and be like, yo, like, you know, this thing literally, it has a spelling error on the inside. But I got this with my work league, and the kid that I played against in the championship had a bullshit trade where I'm talking, he gave away like a kicker, a defense, and like a third string wide receiver and got Zeke.
Oh,
and
nice.
I completely tried to boycott the trade. I tried to shut it down, whatever, nothing. And all I did was like, I'm gonna beat you in the championship. Don't worry. And whenever we go on like corporate meetings, like we'll have like a holiday, virtual Zoom, I'll just be like this. And he'll be on the call and I'm just watching his face and I'm just like doing this the whole time. I'm just like moving it. Because I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna flex on you like that. Like don't fleece me and come at me like that, you know? But yeah, man, I'm in on that. I love that.
Something else that we wanted to change, the waivers. So instead of doing the standings like we had it this year, because we thought that'd be a cool experiment, that backfired horribly. So we might go back to the original draft waiver form.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that as well.
Because I know Chris was struggling at some point with waivers, and look where ultimately led them.
Yeah, waivers are like such a hit or miss thing. I mean, I've had luck with them in some leagues where I was doing well, and then others, I mean, like, bro, one of my leagues that I played in, like, I tried to pick up the Giants defense when they were like rolling, and like I couldn't, and I was like, why? And they were like, no, I hit up my boy. I'm like, why can't I pick up the Giants defense right now? He's like, oh, you can't pick up Giants, Texans, or Colts. I was like, why? And he's like, oh, like we just put like a block on it. I was like, what do you mean we put a block on? I was like, what's the point of having?
What's the point of that?
Exactly.
Wow,
I didn't even question. I was just like, whatever. And I think whatever defense I picked up actually did better than them that week. So I was like, all right, word. But you know how it is.
Any other question, comments, concerns you got about the league, though? Since, it's been a full season now. We've got a full experience every year.
Nah, bro. I mean, I loved it. It was a blast. I was happy to ride with my boys. I got scared at a couple moments. I was middle of the season. I was chugging along. I was worried, but they pulled it out.
Your TikTok star, right?
Dude. Cool. You guys want him? I'll trade you him right now, Dad. You can have him.
I'm good. I'd rather keep my defense than have Juju on my team.
Bro, you better be careful, man. He might be a Jet next year. Who knows? You guys got the most cap space.
Yeah, I think we're gonna draft. I'll be all right.
What?
I think we'll draft a wide receiver. I'll pass on Juju.
Nah, you gotta talk to Chris about that. I think you guys are gonna get Godwin from them. I don't think that's even like. I think.
I hope not. After seeing Godwin on Chris's fantasy team playing maybe like 2 games all year, I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, nah. I think you should pass on that.
I mean, dude, it's just talking NFL. I mean, I was watching. I went to the gym today, and I was doing Stairmaster for a little bit. And when I was on Stairmaster, I just watched like a top 25 free agents, like where their best landing place would be for every team and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there as a Giants fan. I'm like waiting for them to even just say one. And they didn't say any. And I was like, well, that's cool. Because, again, we're going to just spend all our money on Leonard Williams, who, mind you, has been phenomenal this year. So, again, I'll take it. But, like, I'm not even kidding. I think 6 of them were the Jets. It was like, Jets land this person. Jets land Yannick Ngakoue. Like, Jets land. I'm like, bro.
So what I'm hearing is I should probably waste one of my low draft picks on the Jets defense next year.
you guys still need a lot more. Just because you're gonna get a pass rusher, don't mean you're gonna, like you guys get a pass rusher and a wide receiver and let's say an offensive lineman. The problem is your guys' defense. Just you need like a back. You need someone back there that's just gonna like hold it down. And Blitz Boy wasn't it either though. So like you're good. Like like every Jets fan like, oh, I missed Jamal. He's so
He
good
stay over
on
there. I'm all
Look
right.
at him, bro.
I'll draft him in the safety with our picks, and then next year when I have the Jets defense going off for 30, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you see me,
Well,
nothing.
Who do you guys have? Who's picked this year?
We got the Seahawks pick.
Yeah. So all right. Are you? I know you guys aren't like the biggest college fans.
I follow college pretty hard though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you? What's your deal on Fields, bro? Are you? Is that your boy or?
Ohio State.
That's gonna have to be his boy.
That kind of Ohio State quarterback scared me from the last few years. I think Sam Darnold might be the better bet of just staying put with him and trading that pick and seeing what happens because there's other teams out there that are in more desperate need of a quarterback.
Yeah. So personally, what I would say, you got to do one of two things. If you get someone to trade you like a king's ransom, and this was even my case with Trevor, and you know how I am with Trevor, bro. That's my boy. Like,
oh yeah, that's going to be a high fantasy pick next year.
I would almost say you would never want to give him up for anything. But at the same time, if I'm the Jets, who, yes, you want the transcending quarterback. You want the guy that's going to completely revamp your team. If someone comes to you, dude, if someone comes to you and offers you like a first for the next 4 years with seconds and players, like you got to sit there and be like,
I mean, look at Justin Jefferson. Imagine we get 3 all-star wide receivers with different picks. Like that's
yeah. And again, I will say though, because you do have the Seahawks pick, so you'll get safety, cornerback, linebacker, offensive lineman down there. But personally, my opinion at 2, if you don't take Fields, you got to take Penei Sewell. Again, coming from your number 1 Ducks fan here, that man is a different breed.
Oh, no, yeah. I've been watching him. I'm like, yeah, I need this with Mekhi Becton, yo. That'll be insane.
And not only that, he's taken the year off, so he's been lifting, he's been training. Like, that's almost better for these guys because they don't get live contact, but, like, bro, they're going to have a whole 1.5-year time period to just train before they get there. And, dude, your guy's left side, he's a natural tackle, so you could move him over to right. But if you want, you could put him right next to Becton, bro. And I'm sorry, but I don't see many guys getting,
Becton helped Frank Gore get a touchdown this week because he held down Aaron Donald in a way that I was like, oh, my God. If we could just get the right offensive line, I will be drafting whoever the Jets quarterback is with the 5th pick, and I'm going to be riding to him.
Dude, look at me, bro. We took Andrew Thomas, and we passed on everybody. Like, every single offensive tackle that we passed on has looked better. Like Wills, Wirfs, Becton. I'm like, I would have rather you guys taken a safety or a cornerback or someone at 4 than – and again, like, hopefully he gets better and shit, but, like, Solder's going to come back next year, and then it's like, what was this all for? Like, we wasted a 4th rounder on this guy. And the only reason we didn't get to take Chase Young was because we literally beat the Redskins at the end of the year last year for absolutely no reason but to let Daniel Jones be, I'm 4-0 against the Redskins.
So now that we're talking drafts and we're talking college players coming up, who's one person that you're watching? You're like, yo, this is going to be one of my sleeper picks next year out of college for fantasy football.
At the end of the day, sadly enough, it's all going to revolve around where these guys go. Again, it's another deep wide receiver class. You got Waddle. I think a lot of people aren't giving Rashad Bateman a lot of credit. That man's going to be a monster. Dude, that's where I always like to watch out for. Like, tight end wise, Kyle Pitts is going to be a savage. And I'll be honest, I think you can do one of 2 things with it. Brady can be in that room when it comes down to the Bucks going and be like, listen, we got to trade up for this man because all I do is love throwing to tight ends. And, like, he's going to just be like, Gronk's not it. Like, you know, like he's going to be like, just get me another tight end. But I'll be honest, I think Belichick's going to do whatever he can to get that man. Like, Belichick's going to do that. Belichick's going to either get a quarterback in free agency or try to draft someone later. I mean, they could take Zach Wilson. They could take Kyle Trask. Like, this is a very interesting draft because I'll tell you right now, before this college football season started, I had 3 quarterbacks going in the first round, maybe 4 with Mac Jones, depending on how he played. And now all it has been. I mean, dude, I have like 7 guys that could go. I mean, you got Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask. Then you got your top 2, Fields and Trevor. And then it's just kind of a toss-up what you guys want to do. Like, a lot of people are saying Ellinger from Texas will be a great round pick. Like, someone's going to get him in the, 3rd, 4th, and 49ers could take a waiver on him in the 3rd or 4th. But it's kind of who knows? The NFL, I'm telling you right now, like, we were looking at the NFL free agency and the draft last year. We were like, yo, this completely shook up. Like, the Chiefs got better with getting a running back at 32. Like, so this offseason with the amount of money that teams like the Jets have, like, dude.
You ended up taking a layer mad high, which kind of sucked at the end because he's now out. But
yeah, he hasn't played well now. But bro, the first 5, 6, 7 weeks, I was riding high with that man, dude. He was killing it. And listen, it's sad because now LSU's kind of falling, like, and I feel bad. It's again like you can't be mad. They lost like 10 of their 11 starters on like both sides of the ball or something like that. Like,
it was some crazy number.
You had a complete revamp of a team. So like, that's how things work. Like, remember high school ball, high school baseball, high school football. Like, when you lost the guys that were playing together for a mad long time, you got to figure out your footing again. Like that's just how it is. So, but yeah, man, listen, I'm draft mode already. I'm hyped because I know the Giants ain't going to beat the Ravens. Even if they beat the Ravens, like, with a miracle, because, like, I do think there's a slight chance that they'll be able to do it. Like, Bradbury will come back. The defense will show up. They're going to lose to the Cowboys in Week 17. Like, it's that simple. They love doing this. It's like, whoa, we'll just miss the playoffs. This is how we're going to do it. Dallas is going to beat us by, like, a field goal at the end of the game because of a penalty, and that's how it goes.
So, Luke, going into next year's fantasy draft, what's the plan here, yo? You going with the same ideology of getting the best running backs again, or you gonna shake it up a little bit?
I'll tell you right now, man, the good thing with the dynasty, if you do it, you get the trade. And I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna have to do a big revamp and figure it out because, I mean, think about it right off the top. Saquon coming back from an ACL injury, McCaffrey coming back from an injury that held him out the whole year. Zeke is a nightmare. The Ravens running back situation is shot. Clyde Edwards is shot. James Conner's shot. Like, you're looking at all these guys that were first, second, and third round picks this year, and there's only Derrick Henry, like, off the top of your head. Yeah, you can name – and that's the thing. It's like Kamara is now, I guess, the number 1, but I would take Henry. Like,
We've had that argument here because I keep saying Kamara, everybody keeps saying Henry, so it's
now again, if it's like you got to break it down because PPR, whatever, like, dude, Kamara is going to succeed. But here's the other thing you got to realize: Kamara getting the ball is great, and when he gets that open field, I mean, the man's untouchable. But he's only going to have Drew Brees throwing it to him for this much time left, and the next quarterback that comes in, unless it's like a guy like a Daniel Jones or a Sam Darnold where they trade it off and they go to let him grow for a year and do whatever there. I mean, I just don't see his catching success being as strong where, I mean, dude, it doesn't take much. Give Derrick Henry the ball, and that's all you need to do, with him.
How you feel about Dalvin Cook, though? What's your rankings on those 3?
I mean, if I'm doing it off the top, I mean, I'll just go how I said it with like Henry 1, with Kamara again being right there, just depending on the week. Cook is 3. I would even almost put Josh Jacobs at 3 over him, depending, because, like, again, the Raiders are a nightmare too, so like they need those handoff balls and like that. But Cook is another guy. He's the most inconsistent. 3 touchdowns one week, no touchdowns the other. Like, so, it all depends, but I would probably put it at that. Cook on the 3 spot, right, got a couple guys right up as, I would even maybe put Chubb there because Chubb has been instrumental in Cleveland's success this year.
Word. I heard you're taking Juju Smith-Schuster with your number 1 overall next year.
My God. There's there's a couple rumors circulating around that, like, because the Giants are probably going to be in need of a wide receiver in the offseason. And, like, I think they're going to probably, like, try to sign Leonard as, like, the number 1 thing. Like, if I were, I would get him and Logan Ryan back 100%. And then, I mean, like, if it's me, Galladay is the guy I would rather have, and even A-Rob. Like, I would love Allen Robinson.
How you feel about Galladay injury-wise? Because I know that Galladay, when it comes to being on the field, is a little rough, especially for people that been trusted him in fantasy the last few years.
Well, why do you think I love him? I'm a Giants fan. Like, I love wide receivers that shoot themselves in the leg, have career-ending injuries, or love hurting themselves on a daily basis. And Plaxico Barris, Victor Cruz, Mario Manningham, Hakeem Nicks, like, do you want me to keep going? Sterling Shepard, who's just got concussions up and down the wazoo. Like, that's just what I live with. So if you get Galladay for a good price, I'm not mad at it because I think that man – I just think the Lions are a team that are, like, just destined to lose. And I hate to say that because I don't like teams that are like that. Like, not even do I like the Jets like that. Because, like, New York sports needs to be good again. It's, like, plain and simple, like, around all – like, I can only watch the Yankees lose so many more times when they make it so far. So, I think that's where I would be at. I would rather Allen Robinson, in all honesty, because I just think that man's a dog.
Oh, no, yeah. Trust me, I know from personal experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, I don't know. If anyone wants Golden Tate, you can have him for like a 3-piece and a fry, like, for all the
I'll keep my 3-piece and fry.
You can cop me a Travis Scott meal and I'll just give him to you, like, I don't even care, bro. Like, you should have asked me who's got the best cleats this year. Dude, isn't Becton wearing Jordan 1 cleats, or am I wrong with that? Someone on your Jets team is wearing Jordan.
There's a few people wearing Jordan cleats.
Dude, I crack up. I'm like, yo, I've worn, from experience, I have the Jordan Oreo 6 cleats, and they are terrible. They are the most uncomfortable pieces of shit I've ever worn in my entire life. And, like, these guys are pro athletes. I'm like, you guys are holding up 380 pounds on your chest. How is this, not uncomfortable?
I mean, hey, as long as Le'Veon Bell goes off with some Jordan cleats, I don't mind.
As long as they're fly, that's all they care about. Like,
yep. And if he puts me in first place and I win this chip, I'm good. And I laugh at everybody for starting 0-5.
Well, listen, we're good, man. We're generating that good energy. I'm gonna have another one of these. I'm gonna fill it up like Jordan, baby. Let's get it.
What happens, Luke? But thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Appreciate the talk. Good luck in this matchup. It's gonna be a fun championship matchup.
Yeah, I've already kind of waved the white flag a little bit, so we'll see what's good with it. Nah, I'm hyped, and I'm excited for what next year is going to have and everything like that. So,
word, Ethan, please don't come in last. This is our league. You can't come in last.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
Please, E, please, come on.
That's not a good look. It's gonna look very bad if you come in last and I got Chris Carson that came in first. That's not a good look at all.
You got it.
Even though Will gets suspended, that's not my fault.
You also just want to talk that gas to Jay. Come on, like, we like that's a lock. We gotta bring that up to Jason.
Sorry, Jay.
Chris, please come in 7th at least. You were first throughout the whole season. The least you could do is come in 7th.
All right, I'll try.
It's the least, bro, that you can do for Radical Souls. What will look better than 1st, 9th, and 7th? If you try to do the math there, we're like 3rd best in the whole thing, so it could work out.
I'll count myself as an extension, so I'll help that average up a little bit. So we'll move ourselves up a little bit. We're coming in 1st and 2nd at least.
Well, champs representing 1st place and 2nd place in the championship.
Gang.
But, yo, it's been a fun season. Thank you. You'll definitely be getting a text next year for when we're starting this back up, and we'll get a vote on which route we're going next year, guys.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Be good.
Peace.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody.
You too.
You too.